Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Another telecom. This time I'm with Mark of Video Beer Reviews. How you doing, Mark?
Hey guys, doing well, doing well.
And just like the last couple Skype reviews I did, I'm drinking a beer from the other person's neck of the woods. This is the Terrapin Karma Brown IPA.
Yes.
They're out of Athens, Georgia. Is that where you are? Athens?
Well, Athens is about 40 miles away from us, a little farther east.
Okay.
I'm closer to the Atlanta area. I'm about 10 miles outside of downtown Atlanta.
Yeah. So this is a combination of a brown ale and an IPA, and I mean, doesn't it kind of look like a stout from because it's super dark and
Yeah, although I mean, it's always darker on camera, but
yeah,
it's looking at it live, it's a real dark ruby brown color.
yeah, it's actually like a mahogany. Like if I hold it up to the light, I see a ruby red on, and it's like a bright red.
Yeah, I can see red. Mahogany is a good description around the lower part of the glass.
Yeah,
And some nice bubbles coming up.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah, it is definitely it's got a good aroma. The head is kind of creamy. It's doing that little chunky, I call it the little iceberg effect on the head, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a soda kind of a head or something.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I definitely smell hops in here, and
Hmm.
there's like that kind of brown ale kind of caramel.
Yeah, it's more brown ale than hops.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a lower um, aroma level of a barley wine, kind of. I don't know why. It's just got that little bit of a
Yeah, something. Yeah, kind of like a dark fruit or something.
yeah. There's some definite dark fruit going on there.
Kind of a syrupy
Yeah,
kind of smell. So I'm ready to dig into this. Are you?
like molasses or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Let's see.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm.
Wow, it's sweet like a soda.
Hmm. It's definitely got some sweetness, and I get a lot more hops up front on the taste than you would get in the smell. You don't get a lot of hop in the aroma, but
No,
the taste has sweet, and it's followed right by some nice hop.
it's kind of a strange flavor. It doesn't taste like other India brown ales I've had. It's
No,
because I'm getting
it's a,
more sweetness than hops, so it's not like overtly bitter. I mean, it's kind of like maybe like a little bit of piney hops.
yeah, it is more of a piney hops, but it's definitely there, but it's behind that sweetness, that brown ale malty type of sweetness.
Yeah, like a nice, as you said, like molasses. I'd probably agree with that, like a molasses maple syrup kind of flavor.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, maple syrup is a good description. That's kind of right in there, like a dark maple syrup. And it finishes pretty dry. I mean, you get the hops
yeah,
at the end. It's a fairly dry finish.
it's nice and smooth though. That was like one of the first things I noticed. I was like amazed by just how smooth it went down. Like there's no
Mm.
real hot bite. I'd be curious to see what the
No,
IBUs are on this.
it's the hops are there, but it's after you swallow. It's in the aftertaste.
Yeah, I'm
You get some
noticing.
good lights.
Yeah, I'm able to regenerate the head with a nice swirl of the
Hmm.
tulip glass here. I'm
Yeah,
noticing that it's like it's like a tad thinner in the mouthfeel than you would expect.
hmm
I mean,
I was going to say that it's
I wouldn't call it watery or anything. It's just
yeah.
if you're expecting like something along the lines of a generic IPA or something, it's really not. It's
Hmm.
much more in the
Well,
line
the
of the
aroma,
brown ale.
yeah, the aroma, like I said, was kind of like a milder barley wine. So my impression from that would be that it was a little heavier bodied, and it's on the lighter bodied side. Hmm.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
the hops linger for a little bit. They dry out
Hmm.
my mouth for like a moment or two, and then they kind of wash away.
Hmm. And I'm getting, to me, they seem to be sticking around a little bit longer. It's not harsh, but it's definitely there, and I think it's a pretty good compliment to the kind of sweetness you get right up front.
Yeah. The piney from the hops is yeah, so it's kind of like a bitter syrup, you know? It's
Mhm.
you get the bitterness from the hops and like the sticky sweet richness from like kind of like a syrup kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah,
this one.
it's a good mixture.
Yeah. It's kind of a strange mixture, but it's original.
Mm-hmm. And it's very drinkable. I mean, this would be a good, as a lot of brown ales are. This would be a good beer to have with food. I think this would go good with a spicier type of maybe
Yeah.
like a stew. If you're going to maybe smoke something on the grill, like chicken, barbecue chicken, something like that. I think this would go pretty good.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the border between a 7 and an 8 as for how to rate this. And I know you do your whole, like the different categories and they all add up to uh,
Mm-hmm.
a different mug or whatever.
Yeah,
Is this like a low to medium 4 mug for you or?
I would say yeah. The appearance is pretty solid. Drinkability is pretty good. Um, the aroma is nice. The taste doesn't quite live up to the aroma. I guess it was, but it would be. I mean, it's a solid beer. Um, it would be I think a lower 4 mug. Kind
Right.
of in that 40, for me, 40 points with 45 and 46 being right at that uh, super
Yeah.
high quality 4 to 5 mug. So it's a good solid beer.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking is it's not that it's super complex. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of complexity to it. The actual like intensity and robustness of the flavors are
Hmm.
not super strong. I actually used this analogy on the I did the Founder's Breakfast Stout last night, and I made this
Oh, okay.
analogy, but I cut it out of the final cut, so you're hearing it now. Is I kind of it's like it's a symphony, which is like 100 different instruments, but if the volume is turned down way low, it's like you can't really appreciate it.
Hmm.
So that's kind of
Yeah.
what's going on here, where there's complexity and originality to it, but as far as just if you want energy, it's not it's not like a
Yeah.
punch in the
It's
face.
muted. It's muted a little bit. It's a pretty straightforward beer.
Yeah,
It doesn't hide a lot, um, but it's got a good flavor, good aroma, fairly drinkable. I mean, for a craft beer, I mean this could be a good everyday craft beer if you want to have like 1 or 2 beers
yeah.
at a time. This is a good one to have.
Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this review. I don't want to go on too long here.
Yeah.
I'm going 7 on this. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a good beer. Um,
Hmm. I'm going to
and
say it's a 4 mug. It's going to be a lower 4 mug for me.
right. All right. Well, thanks again to Mark at youtube.com/video beer reviews for joining me.
Well, thanks, Chad. It was fun.
Yep, and stick around because we'll be doing an interview, and you don't want to miss that. So, thanks for watching.
Maybe you do. I don't know. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Cheers.